Today, the state of Texas asked the Supreme Court to keep one of President Trump's signature immigration policies in place.
Yeah, the Biden administration tried to end the so-called Remain in Mexico program, formerly known as the Migrant Protection Protocols. The policy requires migrants to wait in Mexico during their asylum hearing. This is a different legal battle than Title 42, which gives border officials the power to refuse migrants even entry into the U.S. because of COVID-19 and other diseases. Meanwhile, states like Missouri and Texas are suing the Biden administration for its attempt to end that Remain in Mexico policy.
KENS 5 border reporter Anastasia Bolton shows us arguments for and against that repeal.
The state of Texas and the Biden administration took their fight over an immigration policy to the highest court in the land.
We're here to tell the court loud and clear that Remain in Mexico must end.
The Remain in Mexico program, also known as the Migrant Protection Protocol, requires asylum seekers from certain countries to wait for their American court hearings outside of the U.S. In Mexico, the International Organization for Migration has been providing humanitarian support and speaking against the policy.
It doesn't give an appropriate way for asylum seekers to be able to seek refugee status in the United States. And in addition to that, it returns individuals under the MPP to Mexico, which in and itself can put them in a pretty dangerous situation.
I really trust that we did the best we could today. And
the Attorney General for the state of Texas wants to keep the program in place, saying Border Patrol is overwhelmed.
They're having to manage hundreds of thousands of people crossing the border every month. What that means is those border agents are not protecting the borders the way they would against the importation of drugs. We know that the Trump administration successfully implemented this program.
Sending them back to an unknown country, back to sometimes very insecure environments. I would not say that is successful by any means. What the United States needs is the ability for these individuals to process their migratory status in a fair, transparent way.
The Supreme Court is expected to issue its decision this summer. Anastasia Bolton reporting.
Now, the Biden administration ended the program shortly after he became president, but a lower court decision forced its restart on a much smaller scale. In a statement, a spokesperson for the Department of Homeland Security told us the program has, quote, endemic flaws, imposed unjustifiable human cost, and failed to address the root causes of irregular migration, end quote.